rehearsal and just seeing where the text will take us, and being able to speak these words and listen to them as well, because that is what makes Shakespeare special. And so that's what I hope to do here. So what we do, the way we do this, I encourage people that when you're not in the scene and not on, then you just turn off your camera and mute yourself. And so that way, what I'll be showing is gallery view, which is what we're broadcasting on YouTube. Will just be the people who are in the scene. So
a lot of people need to mute themselves
in that little area.
Yeah. I mean, is everything okay there, Jackie? I mean, because we need to.
Now will you be able to see it?
Yeah, just roll up. I see.
Yeah, if you could also just, I mean, if there are other things you need to work out, unless it's for everybody to try and sort of.
Look what you're doing.
All right. Okay. Well, anyways, let me just. I know what I can do. I can mute everybody and then unmute myself. I'm just going to mute everybody, and then we'll make sure everybody. I think now you can unmute yourselves to speak. So you can introduce yourselves. So the idea with these readings is to really share the text with each other and that. So Michael, if before we get started, if there's anything that you want to say, and then we'll be getting going. Among the sort of conventions is that I'll also be reading the stage directions, and we'll and I think everyone is here, although with Puck you never can be sure, can you? Yes, no, I see that there is someone logged in there, so we should be good there as well, who's made their appearance. So anyways, Michael, if there's anything you want to say before we begin, my name's Paul Sugarman and I'll be playing Hippolyta.
No, I don't think so. Basically, you all know what you're doing, and Paul just went over it. When you're not in a scene, make sure to mute yourself first and hide your video, or do both. Hide your video and mute yourself. And if you need to come on a little bit early, like you have an early scene, what I find that I do best is I'll unmute a little before if it's quiet, and then I'll quickly press my video to make my appearance and then scroll or whatever. And then I can get the scroll working, because sometimes, I don't know about you, I have problems with the scroll. I can't think of anything else.
I have a technical question.
Can you guys see me okay? I'm trying to do my best with my lighting. Is that all right?
We cannot see you.
You need a light on you.
I can't get more light on.
Well,
hey folks, a little tip for the scroll situation. If you're using the PDF, you want the mouse to look like an arrow. Then you can scroll with your up and down keys on your keyboard.
What?
If the scroll is blinking like a cursor, that's when it jumps pages. So just click on it and have it be the arrow.
What if you're I'm using a Dell and I'm a mouse user, but I'm not at home?
To your right more and you'll have more light.
Yeah.
I don't have a light board.
Thank you, Elena. That's a very good tip to be able to be aware of that, because it is, when doing this, when we're reading between the things, you're sort of going between two programs. So yeah, that's a good thing. And if you do it on the side, that's really very helpful, because you can also sometimes, if you're not doing it from the keyboard, also just from your mouse, moving your mouse up and down without being directly on the bar, it should also move it. But yeah, these things just take practice. Francesca.
Yeah, one question. I know how to mute and unmute myself. I do not know how to hide my video and then bring it back. What do I do here?
Okay, it should be down right next to the mute and unmute button should be a stop video button.
Yes, okay.
Stop your video.
So, I see. So stop video. Okay, now I'm gone. And then I just click back on it to start video.
Yeah. Unfortunately,
okay,
it's like, they're the two things you have to do with going out and going out. So.
I don't know. Hold on a minute.
All right. So yeah, that's great. So anyways, what's a good thing to do is just each of you, if just as another final sort of sound check before we get started, just say your name and what you're going to be, you're going to be playing, and then turn off your video and mute yourself, so we'll know who's left to introduce themselves. And As I said, my name's Paul Sugarman, founder of the Instant Shakespeare Company, and I will be playing Hippolyta.
My name's Eleanor Elizabeth Foreman, and I'll be playing Helena.
Hi, my name's Julie Kirshner. I'm playing Demetrius.
Hi,
I'm David Cedar. I'm playing Peter Quince.
Victoria Devaney, Theseus and Peas Blossom.
Alex Chilton, Bottom. Nick Bottom.
Francesca Fortunato, Mustard Seed and Starveling.
Kitty Chen, I'm reading Lysander.
Jennifer Finger, Tom Snout, and Ma.
Michael E. Gardner and Titania.
Elena Rader, Aegeus, Philostrate, and Snug the Joiner.
Miguel Fania, I'm playing Helena.
No, I'm playing Helena.
Oh, who am I playing?
No, Eleanor, I don't know. The things I'd received had said that Miguel was going to be playing Helena.
I cast Miguel.
Please, for us.
Hello?
Yeah.
No, I purposely made this a transgender performance and cast Miguel weeks ago. So I don't know.
You told me that I could play Helena.
I never told you that. We never had even a discussion about it.
We've all had transgender.
And that was you emailed me about the song today.
I could play something else.
Yeah, I thought that it was just that Eleanor wanted to sing the song. That's
all.
No, when we were on Zoom talking about upcoming things.
No. So
Yeah,
it must have been another
I'm sorry.
reading.
Anyways, Eleanor, we really want to get going with this, and I'm sorry for the misunderstanding, but
you still want to
as
do
you
the song?
see, this is what Michael.
I will still do the song, but I am terribly disappointed.
Oh, good.
All right. Yeah. Well,
I was prepared.
Yeah. Well. Yeah. Well, I mean, this is why it's important if you have questions to reach out to your playmaster. So
Well, I didn't have any questions. He had told me that
did you get any confirmations from him via email or any of the sort of the general cast list that he sent out to everybody in the cast? So, I mean, I don't know. I know there isn't a way of knowing that you didn't get that, but I mean, if you hadn't gotten anything, in any event, let's just move on with this, please.
I'm Earl Levine. I'm playing Hermia.
Kenneth Wayne. I'm Francis Flute, the bellows mender.
And I assume
I'm Jackie Margolis. I'm playing Oberon.
Hi, I'm John L. Peacock. I'm playing Puck.
Oberon, Jackie Margolis.
All right, I think that is everyone. So now A Midsummer Night's Dream. Enter Theseus, Hippolyta, with others.
Now, fair Hippolyta, our nuptial hour draws on apace. 4 happy days bring in another moon, but oh, methinks how slow this old moon wanes. She lingers my desires like to a stepdam or a dowager, long withering out a young man's revenue.
4 days will quickly steep themselves in nights. 4 nights will quickly dream away the time, and then the moon, like to a silver bow, now bent in heaven, shall behold the night of our solemnities.
Go, Philostrate, stir up the Athenian youth to merriments. Awake the pert and nimble spirit of mirth. Pour melancholy forth to funerals. Pale companion is not for our pomp. Hippolyta, I wooed thee with my sword and won thy love, doing thee injuries. But I will wed thee in another key, with pomp, with triumph, and with reveling.
Enter Aegeus and his daughter Hermia, Lysander, and Demetrius.
Happy be Theseus, our renowned Duke.
Thanks, good Aegeus. What's the news with thee?
Full of vexation come I with complaint against my child, my daughter Hermia. Stand forth, Demetrius. My noble lord, this man hath my consent to marry her. Stand forth, Lysander. And my gracious Duke, this man hath bewitched the bosom of my child. Thou, Lysander. Thou hast given her rhymes and interchanged love tokens with my child. Thou hast by moonlight at her window sung with feigning voice verses of feigning love, and stolen the impression of her fantasy with bracelets of the hair, rings, gauds, conceits, knacks, trifles, nosegays, sweet meats. Messengers of strong prevailment and unhardened youth, with cunning hast thou filched my daughter's heart, turned her obedience, which is due to me, to stubborn harshness, and, my gracious Duke, be it so, she will not hear before your grace consent to marry with Demetrius. As she, I beg, the ancient privilege of Athens. As she is mine, I may dispose of her, which shall be either to this gentleman or to her death, according to our law immediately provided in that case.
What say you, Hermia? Be advised, fair maid, to you your father should be as a god, one that composed your beauties, yea, and one to whom you are, but as a form in wax by him imprinted, and within his power to leave the figure or disfigure it. Demetrius is a worthy gentleman.
So is Lysander.
In himself he is. But in this kind, wanting your father's voice, the other must be held the worthier.
I would my father look but with my eyes.
Rather your eyes must with his judgment look.
I do entreat your grace to pardon me. I know not by what power I am made bold, nor how it may concern my modesty in such a presence here to plead my thoughts, but I beseech your grace that I may know the worst that may befall me in this case, if I refused to wed Demetrius.
Either to die the death, or to abjure forever the society of men. Therefore, fair Hermia, question your desires. Know of your youth, examine well your blood. With her, if you yield not to your father's choice, you can endure the livery of a nun. For I to be in shady cloister mewed, to live a barren sister all your life, chanting fain hymns to the cold, fruitless moon, thrice blessed they that master so their blood, to undergo such maiden pilgrimage. But earthlier happy is the rose distilled than that which withering on the virgin thorn grows, lives, and dies in single blessedness.
So will I grow, so live, so die, my lord, ere I will yield my virgin patent up unto his lordship, whose unwished yoke my soul consents not to give sovereignty.
Take time to pause, and by the next new moon, the sealing day betwixt my love and me, for everlasting bond of fellowship, upon that day, either prepare to die for disobedience to your father's will, or else to wed Demetrius as he would, or on Diana's altar to protest for austerity and single life.
Relent, sweet Hermia, and Lysander, yield thy grace title to my certain right.
You have her father's love, Demetrius. Let me have Hermes. Do you marry him?
Scornful Lysander, true, he hath my love, and what is mine, my love shall render him. And she is mine, and all my right of her I do estate unto Demetrius.
I am, my lord, as well derived as he, as well possessed. My love is more than his. My fortunes every way as fairly ranked, if not with vantage, as Demetrius. And, which is more than all these boasts can be, I am beloved of beauteous Hermia. Why should not I then prosecute my right? Demetrius I'll voucher to his head, made love to Nidar's daughter Helena, and won her soul, and she, sweet lady, dotes, devoutly dotes in idolatry upon this spotted and inconstant man.
I must confess that I have heard so much, and with Demetrius thought to have spoke thereof, of being over full of self-affairs, my mind did lose it. But Demetrius come, and come, Aegeus. You shall go with me. I have some private schooling for you both. But you, fair Hermia, look you arm yourself to fit your fancies to your father's will, or else the law of Athens yields you up, which by no means we may extenuate to death, or as a vow of single life. Come, my Hippolyta, what cheer, my love? Demetrius and Aegeus, go along. I must employ you to some business against our nuptial, and confer with you of something nearly that concerns yourselves.
With duty and desire, we follow you.
Exeunt, Manet, Lysander, and Hermia.
How now, my love? Why is your cheek so pale? How chance the roses there do fade so fast?
I guess I'm back on.
Manet means accept.
What?
Manet means accept for Lysander and Hermia. So you're the only one.
Thank you. I wondered what a French impressionist was doing in this. Belike for want of rain, which I could well beteem them from the tempest of mine eyes.
For aught that ever I could read, could ever hear by tale or history, the course of true love never did run smooth, but either it was different in blood.
Oh, cross! Too high to be enthralled to love.
Or else misgraft in respective years.
Oh, spite! Too old to be engaged, too young.
Or else it stood upon the choice of merit.
Oh, hell! To choose love by another's eye.
Or if there were a sympathy in choice, war, death, or sickness did lay siege to it, making it momentary as a sound, swift as a shadow, short as any dream, brief as the lightning in the college night, that in a spleen unfolds both heaven and earth. And ere a man hath power to say, behold, the jaws of darkness do devour it up, so quick bright things come to confusion.
If then true lovers have been ever crossed, it stands as an edict in destiny. Then let us teach our trial patience, because it is a customary cross, as due to love as thoughts and dreams and sighs, wishes and tears, poor fancy's followers.
A good persuasion. Therefore hear me, Hermia. I have a widow aunt, a dowager of great revenue, and she hath no child. From Athens is her house removed 7 leagues, and she respects me as her only son. There, gentle Hermia, may I marry thee, and to that place the sharp Athenian law cannot pursue us. If thou lovest me, then steal forth thy father's house tomorrow night, and in the wood a league without the town, where I did meet thee once with Helena to do observance for a morn of May, there will I stay for thee.
My good Lysander, I swear to thee, by Cupid's strongest bow, by his best arrow with the golden head, by the simplicity of Venus' doves, by that which knitteth souls and prospers love, and by that fire which burned the Carthage queen when the false Trojan under sail was seen, by all the vows that ever men have broke, in number more than ever women spoke. In that same place thou hast appointed me tomorrow, truly will I meet with thee.
Keep promise, love. Look, here comes Helena.
Enter Helena.
Godspeed, fair Helena, whither away?
Call you me fair? That fair again unsay. Demetrius loves your fair. Oh, happy fair! Your eyes are lodestars, and your tongue sweet air, more tunable than lark to shepherd's ear. When wheat is green, when hawthorn buds appear, sickness is catching. Oh, were favor so! Your words I catch, fair Hermia, ere I go. My ear should catch your voice, my eye, your eye. My tongue should catch your tongue, sweet melody. Were the world mine, Demetrius being baited, the rest I'll give to be to you translated. Oh, teach me how you look, and with what art you sway the motion of Demetrius' heart.
I frown upon him, yet he loves me still.
Oh, that your frowns would teach my smiles such skill.
I give him curses, yet he gives me love.
Oh, that my prayers to such affection move.
The more I hate, the more he follows me.
The more I love, the more he hateth me.
His folly, Helena, is none of mine.
None but of your beauty. Would that fault were mine.
Take comfort. He no more shall see my face. Lysander and myself will fly this place. Before the time I did Lysander see, seemed Athens like a paradise to me. Oh, then what graces in my love do dwell, that he hath turned a heaven into hell.
Helen, to you our minds we will unfold. Tomorrow night, when Phoebe doth behold her silver visage in the watery glass, decking with liquid pearl the bladed grass, a time that lovers' flights doth still conceal, through Athens' gates have we devised to steal.
And in the wood, where often you and I upon faint primrose beds were wont to lie, emptying our bosoms of their counsel swelled, there my Lysander, oh, and myself shall meet, and thence from Athens turn away our eyes to seek new friends and strange companions. Farewell, sweet playfellow. Pray thou for us, and good luck grant thee thy Demetrius. Keep word, Lysander, we must starve our sight from lovers' food till tomorrow deep midnight.
Exit Hermia.
I will, my Hermia. Helena, adieu. As you on him, Demetrius dotes on you.
Exit Lysander.
How happy some or other some can be. Through Athens I am thought as fair as she. But what of that? Demetrius thinks not so. He will not know what all but he doth know. And as he errs, doting on Hermia's eyes, so I, admiring of his qualities, things base and vile, holding no quantity, love can transpose to form and dignity. Love looks not with the eyes, but with the mind, and therefore is winged Cupid painted blind. Nor hath love's mind of any judgment taste, wings and no eyes, figure, unheedy haste. And therefore is love said to be a child, because in choice he is oft been beguiled, as waggish boys in game themselves forswear, so the boy love is perjured everywhere. For ere Demetrius looked on Hermia's eyne, he hath down oaths that only he was mine. And when this hail some heat from Hermia felt, so he dissolved in showers of oaths did melt. I will go tell him of fair Hermia's flight, then to the wood will he tomorrow night pursue her, and for his intelligence, if I have thanks, it is a dear expense. But hereon mean I to enrich my pain, to have his sight thither and back again.
Exit. Enter Quince the carpenter, Snug the joiner, Bottom the weaver, Flute the bellows mender, Snout the tinker, and Starveling the tailor.
Is all our company here?
You were best to call them generally man by man according to the script.
Here is the scroll of every man's name, which is thought fit through all Athens to play in our entertainment for the Duke and the Duchess on his wedding day at night.
First, good Peter Quince, say what the play treats on, then read the names of the actors, and so grow to a point.
Marry, our play is those lamentable comedy and most cruel death of Pyramus and Thisbe.
A very good piece of work, I assure you, and a merry. Now, good Peter Quince, call forth your actors by the scroll. Masters, spread yourselves.
Answer as I call you. Nick Bottom, the weaver.
Ready. Name part, what part I am for, and proceed.
You, Nick Bottom, are set down for Pyramus.
What is Pyramus? Is he a lover or a tyrant?
A lover that kills himself most gallantly for love.
That will ask some tears in the true performing of it. If I do it, let the audience look to their eyes. I will move storms. I will condole in some measure. The rest Yet my chief humor is for a tyrant. I could play Hercules rarely, or a part tear a cat in to make all the split the raging rocks and shivering shocks. So break the locks of prison gates, and Phoebus' car shall shine from far and mar the foolish fates. This was lofty. Now, name the rest of the players. This is Hercules' vein, a tyrant's vein, a lover's to condole in.
Francis Flute, the bellows mender.
Here, Peter Quince.
You must take Thisbe on you.
What is Thisbe? A wandering knight?
It is the lady that Pyramus must love.
Nay, faith, let me not play a woman. I have a beard coming.
That's all one. You shall play it in a mask, and you may speak as small as you will.
And I may hide my face. Let me play Thisbe too. I'll speak in a monstrous middle voice. Thisbe. Pyramus, my lover dear, thy Thisbe dear, and lady dear.
No, you must play Pyramus, and Flute, you Thisbe.
Well, proceed.
Robin Starveling the tailor.
Here, Peter Quince.
Robin Starveling, you must play Thisbe's mother. Tom Snout the tinker.
Here, Peter Quince.
You, Pyramus' father, myself Thisbe's father, Snug the joiner, you the lion's part, and I hope here is a play fitted.
Have you the lion's part written? Pray you, if be, give it me, for I am slow of study.
You may do it extempore, for it is nothing but roaring.
Let me play the lion too. I will roar, that I will do any man's heart good to hear me. I will roar, that I will make the Duke say, let him roar again. Let him roar again.
If you should do it too terribly, you would fright the Duchess and the ladies, that they would shriek, and that were enough to hang us all.
That would hang us, every mother's son.
Every mother's son.
I grant you, friends, that if you should fright the ladies out of their wits, they would have no more discretion but to hang us. But I will aggravate my voice so that I will roar you as gently as in a sucking dove. I will roar as for a nightingale.
You can play no part but Pyramus, for Pyramus is a sweet-faced man, a proper man, as one shall see in a summer's day, a most lovely gentleman-like man. Therefore, you must needs play Pyramus.
Well, I will undertake it. What beard am I best to play it in?
Why, what you will.
Well, I will discharge it either in your straw-colored beard, your orange tawny beard, your purple and grain beard, or your French crown beard, your perfect yellow.
Some of your French crowns have no hair at all, and then you will play barefaced. But masters, here are your parts, and I am to entreat you, request you, and desire you to calm them by tomorrow night and meet me in the palace wood, a mile without the town, by moonlight. There we will rehearse, or if we meet in the city, we shall be dogged with company and our devices known. In the meantime, I will draw a bill of property, such as our play wants. I pray you, fail me not.
We will meet, and there we may rehearse more obscenely and courageously. Take pains, be perfect. Adieu.
At the Duke's Oak we meet.
Enough, call to cut bowstrings.
Exeunt. Actus secundus. Enter a fairy at one door and Robin Goodfellow at another.
How now, spirit? Whither wander you?
Over hill, over dale, through bush, through briar, over park, over pale, through flood, through fire. I do wander everywhere, swift to the moon's sphere. I serve the fairy queen to do her orbs upon the green. The clouseps tall her pensioners be, in their gold coats spots you see. Those be rubies. Fairy favors, in those freckles live our savors. I must go and seek some dewdrops here, and hang a pearl in every cowslip's ear. Farewell, thou lob of spirits, I'll be gone, for queen and all her elves come here anon.
The king doth keep his revels here tonight. Take heed the queen come not within his sight, for Oberon is passing fell and wrath, because she, as her attendant, hath a lovely boy stolen from an Indian king. Oh, she never had so sweet a changeling. And perhaps jealous Oberon would have the child, knight of his train, to trace the forest wild. But she perforce withholds the loved boy, crowns him with flowers, and makes him all her joy. And now they never meet in grove or green, by fountain clear or spangled light sheen, but they do square, that all their elves for fear creep into acorn cups and hide them there.
Either I mistake your shape and making quite, or else you are that shrewd and knave spirit called Robin Goodfellow. Are you not he that frights the maidens of the Ladree, skim milk, and sometimes labor in the quern, and bootless make the breathless huzzard churn, and sometimes make the drink to bear no balm, mislead night wanderers, laughing at their harm? Those that hobgoblin call you, and sweet Puck, you do their work, and they shall have good luck. Are you not he?
Thou speakest right. I am that merry wonder of the night. I jest to Oberon and make him smile when I a fat and bean-fed horse beguile, in the likeness of a silly foal, and sometimes look I in a gossip's bowl, in the very likeness of a roasted crab. And when she drinks, against her lips I bob, and on her withered dewdrops pour the ale. The wisest aunt telling the saddest tale. Sometimes for a 3-footed stool mistaketh me, and then slip by from her bum, and down topples she, and tailors cry and fall into a cough. And then the whole choir hold their hips and laugh, and wax it in their mirth, and sneeze, and swear that merrier hour now was wasted there. But room, Fairy.
Bernie,
Here
you should be
comes
watching.
Oberon.
And here my mistress. Would that he were gone.
Enter the King of Fairies at one door with his train, and the Queen at another with hers.
Ill met by moonlight, proud Titania. What happened to Michael? Oberon, where art thou? Oberon. Hello. Ill met by moonlight, proud Titania.
What? Jealous Oberon? Fairy, skip hence. I have forsworn his bed and company.
Tarry, rash wanton, am not I thy lord?
Then I must be thy lady. But I know when thou hast stolen away from fairyland, and in the shape of Corin sat all day, playing on pipes of corn, and versing love to amorous Phillida. Why art thou here, come from the farthest steep of India? But that forsooth, the bouncing Amazon, your buskin mistress and your warrior's love, to Theseus must be wedded. And you come to give their bed joy and prosperity.
Canst thou thus, for shame, Titania, glance at my credit with Hippolyta, knowing I know thy love to Theseus? Didst thou not lead him through the glimmering night from Perigea, whom he ravished, and make him with their echoes break his faith with Ariadne and Antipa?
These are the forgeries of jealousy. And never since the middle summer spring met we on hill or dale, forest or mead, by paved mountain or by rushy brook, or in the beach margin of the sea to dance our ringlets to the whistling wind. But with thy brawls thou hast disturbed our sport. Therefore the winds, piping to us in vain, as in revenge have sucked up from the sea contagious fogs, which falling in the land have every petty river made so proud that they have overborne their continents. The ox, therefore, stretched his yoke in vain. The plowman lost his sweat, and the green corn had rotted ere his youth attained the field. The fold stands empty in the drowned field, the crows have fatted with the murrian flock. The nine men's morris is filled up with mud, and the quiet mazes and the quaint mazes in the wanton green for lack of tread are undistinguishable. The human mortals want their winter here. No night is now with him or Carol blessed. Therefore the moon, the governess of floods, pale in her anger, washes all the air that rheumatic diseases do abound. And through this distemperature, we see the seasons alter. The hoard-headed frosts fall on the fresh lap of the crimson rose, and an old Hyam's chin and icy crown, an odorous chaplet of sweet summer buds is in mockery set. The spring, summer, childing autumn, angry winter, change the wonted liveries, and the mazed world by increase not now knows not which is which. And this same progeny of evils comes from our debate, from our dissension. We are their parents and original.
Do you mend it then? It lies in you. Why should Titania cross her Oberon? I do but beg a little changeling boy to be my henchman.
Set your heart at rest. The fairyland buys not the child of me. His mother was a votress of my order, and in the spiced Indian air by night, full often has she gossiped by my side and sat with me on Neptune's yellow sands, marking the embarked traders on the flood. When we have laughed to see the sails conceive and grow big-bellied with a wanton wind, would she, with pretty and with swimming gait following, her room then rich with my young squire, would imitate and sail upon the land to fetch me trifles and return again as from a voyage, rich with merchandise. But she being mortal, of that boy did die. And for her sake, I do rear up her boy. And for her sake, I will not part with him.
How long within the wood intend you stay?
Perchance till after Theseus' wedding day. If you will patiently dance an hour round and see our moonlight revels, go with us. If not, shun me and I will spare your haunts.
Give me that boy and I will go with thee.
Not for the fairy kingdom. The fairies away, we shall try downright if I longer stay.
Exeunt.
Well, go thy way, thou shalt not from this grove till I torment thee for this injury. My gentle Park, come hither. Thou rememberest since once I sat upon a promontory and heard a mere maid on a dolphin tack uttering such dulcet and harmonious breath that the rude sea grew civil at her song, and certain stars shot madly from their spheres to hear the sea maid's music.
Yeah, I remember.
That very time I say, but thou couldst not, flying between the cold moon and the earth, Cupid all armed, a certain arm he took at a fair vestal, thrown by the west, and took his love shaft smartly from his bow, as it should pierce 1,000 hearts. But I might see young Cupid's fiery shaft quenched in the chaste beams of the watery moon, and the imperial vultress passed on in maiden meditation, fancy-free, yet marked I where the bolt of Cupid fell. It fell upon a little western flower, belike milk white, now purple with love's wound, and maidens call it love and idleness. Fetch me that flower. A heart
Put a girdle around the earth in 40 minutes.
The use of it on sleeping eyelids laid will make or man or woman madly dote upon the next live creature that it sees. Fetch me that herb, and be thou here again, ere the Labythian can swim a league.
I'll put a girdle around the earth in 40 minutes.
Having once the juice, I'll watch Titania when she is asleep and drop the liquor of it in her eyes. The next thing when she wakes, looks upon, be it on a lion, bear, a wolf, a bull, or meddling monkey, or a basic ape, she shall pursue it with a soul of love. And ere I take the charm off from her sight, as I can take it with another heartbeat, I'll make her render up her page to me. But who comes he? I am invisible, and I will overhear their conference.
Enter Demetrius, Helena following him.
I love thee not, therefore pursue me not. Where is Lysander and fair Hermia? The one I'll stay, the other stayeth me. Thou toldst me they were stolen into this wood, and here I am, and wood within this wood, because I cannot meet my Hermia. Hence, get thee gone and follow me no more.
You draw me, you hard-hearted adamant, but yet you draw not iron, for my heart is true as steel. Leave you your power to draw, and I shall have no power to follow you.
Do I entice you? Do I speak you fair? Or rather, do I not in plainest truth tell you I do not, nor I cannot love you?
And even for that do I love thee more. I am your spaniel, Demetrius. Use me. The more you beat me, I will fawn on you. Use me but as your spaniel. Spurn me, strike me, neglect me, lose me. Only give me leave, unworthy as I am, to follow you. What worser place can I beg in your love, and yet a place of high respect with me, than to be used as you do your dog?
Tempt not too much the hatred of my spirit, for I am sick when I do look on thee.
And I am sick when I do look not on you.
You do impeach your modesty too much to leave the city and commit yourself into the hands of one that loves you not, to trust the opportunity of night and the ill counsel of a desert place with the rich worth of your virginity.
Your virtue is my privilege. For that it is not night when I do see your face. Therefore I think I am not in the night, nor doth this wood lack worlds of company, for you in my respect are all the world. Then how can it be said I am alone, when all the world is here to look on me?
I'll run from thee and hide me in the brakes and leave thee to the mercy of wild beasts.
The wildest hath not such a heart as you. Run when you will, the story shall be changed. Apollo flies and Daphne holds the chase. The dove pursues the griffin, the mild hind makes speed to catch the tiger. Bootless speed when cowardice pursues and valor flies.
I will not stay thy questions. Let me go.
Oh!
Or if thou follow me, do not believe, but I shall do thee mischief in the wood.
Aye, in the temple, in the town, and the field. You do me mischief. Fie, Demetrius! Your wrongs do set a scandal on my sex. We cannot fight for love, as men may do. We should be wooed, and were not made to woo. I follow thee, and make a heaven of hell, to die upon the hand I love so well.
Exit.
Oh, fare thee well, nymph, ere he do leave this grove. Thou shalt fly him, and he shall seek thy love. As thou the flower there, welcome wanderer.
Enter Puck.
Aye.
I pray thee, give it to me. Give it to me. I know a bank where the wild thyme blows, where oxlips and the nodding violet grows, quite over canopied with luscious woodbine, with sweet musk roses and with eglantine. There sleeps Titania sometime of the night, lulled in these flowers with dances and delight, and there the snake throws her enameled skin, weed wide enough to wrap a fairy in. With the juice of this, I'll streak her eyes and make her full of hateful fantasies. Take thou some of it and seek through this grove. A sweet Athenian lady is in love with a disdainful youth unknown to his eyes. But do when the next thing he espies may be the lady, thou shalt know the man by the Athenian garment he hath on. Affect it with some care that he may prove more fond on her than she upon her love. And look, thou meet me ere the first cock crow.
Fear not, my lord. Your servant shall do so.
Exit. Enter Queen of Fairies with her train.
Come now, a roundel and a fairy song. Then for the third part of a minute, hence, some to kill cankers in the musk rosebuds, some war with rear mice for their leaden wings to make my small elves' coats, and some keep back that clamorous owl that nightly hoots and wonders at our quaint spirits. Sing me now asleep, then to your offices, and let me rest.
Did it, Fairy Eleanor?
Yes. You spotted snakes with double tongue, thorny hedgehogs be not seen, newts and blindworms do no wrong. Come not near our fairy queen, Philomel with melody, sing in our sweet lullaby, la 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 lullaby, la 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 lullaby. Never harm, no spell nor charm, come our lovely lady nigh, so good night with lullaby, la 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 lullaby. Weaving spiders, come not here, hence, you long-legged spinners, hence. Beetles black, approach not near, worm nor snail do no offense. Philomel with melody, sing in our sweet lullaby, la 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 lullaby, la 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 lullaby. Never harm, nor spell nor charm, come our lovely lady nigh, so good night with lullaby, la 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 lullaby.
Hence away, now all is well. One aloof stands sentinel.
She sleeps. Enter Oberon.
What thou seest when thou dost wake, do it for thy true love take. Love and languish for his sake, be it ounce or cat or bear, parl or boar with bristled hair, in thy eye that shall appear. When thou wakest, it is thy dear. Wake when some vile thing is near.
Enter Lysander and Hermia.
Fair love, you faint with wandering in the woods, and to speak truth, I have forgot our way. Well, rest us, Hermia, if you think it good, and tarry for the comfort of the day.
Well, oh, there we are. My script just got unplugged, so I'm waiting for it to come back. I'm sorry. It's just gonna take 1 second.
All right. Well, as happens sometimes in the woods, you know, the fairies just sort of pause time, and so then we can just take a little moment here before we continue on. And I just want to say one of the interesting things about Midsummer Night's Dream is that it was also published in a quarto edition, which has some slight differences with the folio. So, but I published both editions, both the quarto and the folio, which we are reading tonight. And so Yeah, Earl, just whenever you're ready, I'll just.
Yeah, it's almost here.
Goes around and comes. But yeah, so.
I thought you were filling very well.
Yeah, well, I mean, I could talk about.
Here it is. Here it comes.
All right, here we go.
Hold on.
And now the fairies go back to like unpausing.
Now I have to find my place. So just bear with me 1 second.
It's
second act.
Page 31, if Act 2, Scene 2, 31 in the.
Demetrius, Helen. Okay, we're almost there. Da 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 da.
Okay.
Oh, here we go.
Dear love.
And girls just want to have fun. Okay, Queen.
I'm talking to you. Dear love, you faint with wandering in the woods. And to troth, I have forgot our way. Go rest us, Hermia, if you think it good, and tarry for the comfort of the day.
Be it so, Lysander, find you out of bed, for I upon this bank will rest my head.
One turf shall serve as pillow for us both, one heart, one bed, two bosoms, and one troth.
Nay, good Lysander, for my sake, my dear, lie further off yet. Do not lie so near.
Oh, take the sense, sweet, of my innocence. Love takes the meaning in love's conference. I mean that my heart unto yours is knit, so that but one heart can you make of it. Two bosoms interchanged with an oath, so then two bosoms and a single troth. Then by your side no bedroom me deny, for lying so, Hermia, I do not lie.
Lysander riddles very prettily. Now much beshrew my manners and my pride if Hermia meant to say Lysander lied. But, gentle friend, for love and courtesy, lie further off in human modesty. Such separation as may well be said becomes a virtuous bachelor and a maid. So far be distant, and good night, sweet friend. Thy love ne'er alter till thy sweet love end.
Amen, amen. To that fair prayer say I. And then end life when I end loyalty. Here is my bed. Sleep give thee all his rest.
With half that wish the wisher's eyes be pressed.
Enter Puck. They sleep.
Through the forest have I gone, but Athenian find I none. Night and silence. Who is here? Oh, weeds of Athens doth he wear. Oh, this is he. My master said, despise it of the Athenian maid. And here is the maiden sleeping sound on the dank and dirty ground. Ooh. Pretty soul, she does not lie near this lack love, this kill courtesy. Churl upon thine eyes I throw, all the power this charm doth owe. When thou wakest, let's love forbid, sleep his seat on thy eyelid. So wake when I am gone, for I must now to Oberon.
Exit. Enter Demetrius and Helena running.
Stay, though thou kill me, sweet Demetrius.
Urge thee hen, and do not haunt me so.
Oh, wilt thou, darkling, leave me? Do not so.
Stay on thy peril. I alone will go.
Oh, I'm out of breath. In this fond chase, the more my prayer, the lesser my grace. Happy is Hermia, wheresoever she lies, for she hath blessed and attractive eyes. Oh, how came her eyes so bright? Not with salt tears. If so, my eyes are oftener washed than hers. No, but I am ugly as a bear. For beasts that meet me run away for fear. Therefore, no marvel, though Demetrius do as a monster fly my presence thus. Oh, what a wicked dissembled glass of mine! Oh, made me compare with Hermia's fiery eye. But who is here? Lysander, on the ground, dead or asleep? I see no blood, no wound. Lysander! If you live, good sir, awake.
And run through fire I will for thy sweet sake. Transparent Helena, nature her shows art that through thy bosom makes me see thy heart. Where is Demetrius? Oh, how fit a word is that vile name to perish on my sword.
Do not say so, Lysander, say not so. What though he love your Hermia, Lord, what though? Yet Hermia still loves you, then be content.
Content with Hermia? No, I do repent the tedious minutes I with her have spent. Not Hermia, but Helena now I love. Who will not change a raven for a dove? The will of man is by his reason swayed, and reason says you are the worthier maid. Things growing are not ripe until their season, so I being young till now ripe not to reason, and touching now the point of human skill, reason becomes a marshal to my will, and leads me to your eyes, where I o'erlook love's stories written in love's richest book.
Wherefore was I to this keen mockery born? When at your hands did I deserve this scorn? Is it not enough, young man, that I did never, nor never can, deserve a sweet look from Demetrius' eye? But you must flout my insufficiency? Good troth, you do me wrong, good sooth you do, in such disdainful manner me to woo. But fare you well. Perforce I must confess, I thought you lord of more true gentleness. Oh, that a lady of one man refused should by another therefore be abused.
Exit.
She sees not Hermia. Hermia sleep thou there, and never mayst thou come, Lysander, near. For as a serpent of the sweetest things, the deepest loathing to the stomach brings, or as the heresies that men do leave, are hated most of those that did deceive. So thou, my serpent and my heresy, of all be hated, but the most of me. And all my powers address your love and might, to honor Helen and to be her knight.
Exit.
Help me, Lysander, help me! Do thy best to pluck this crawling serpent from my breast. Ay me, for pity, what a dream was here. Lysander, look, how I do quake with fear. Methought a serpent ate my heart away, and yet sat smiling at his cruel prey. Lysander, what? Removed? Lysander? Lord, what? Out of hearing? Gone? No sound, no word? Alack, where are you? Speak, and if you hear, speak of all loves. I sound almost with fear. No, then I will perceive you are not nigh. Either death or you I'll find immediately.
Exit. Actus Tertius. Enter the clowns.
Are we all met?
Pat, and here's a marvelous convenient place for our rehearsal. This green plot shall be our stage. This hawthorn brake our tiring house, and we will do it in action, as we will do it before the Duke.
Peter Quince.
What sayest thou, bully bottle?
There are things in this comedy of Pyramus and Thisbe that will never please. First, Pyramus must draw a sword to kill himself, which the ladies cannot abide. How answer you that?
The lake in a parlous fear.
I believe we must leave the killing out when all is done.
No, do it. I have a device to make all well. Write me a prologue, and let the prologue seem to say, we will do no harm with our swords, and that Pyramus is not killed indeed. And for the much better assurance, tell them that I, Pyramus, am not Pyramus, but Bottom the Weaver. This will put them out of fear.
Well, we will have such a prologue, and it shall be written in 8 and 6.
No, make it 2 more. Let it be written in 8 and 8.
Will not the ladies be afeard of the lion?
I fear it, I promise you.
Masters, you ought to consider with yourselves to bring in God shield us, a lion among ladies. It's a most dreadful thing. For it is not a more fearful wild fowl than your lion living, and we ought to look to it.
Therefore, another prologue must tell he is not a lion.
Nay, you must not name his name, and half his face must be seen through the lion's neck, and he himself must speak through, saying thus, or to the same defect, ladies, fair ladies, I would wish you, or I would request you, or I would entreat you not to fear, not to tremble my life for yours. If you think I come hither as a lion, what pity of my life? No, I am not such a thing. I'm a man, as other men are. And there indeed let him name his name, and tell him plainly he is Snug the Joiner.
Well, it shall be so. But here is 2 hard things that it is to bring moonlight into a chamber. For, Pyramus and Thisbe meet by moonlight.
Ah, yes.
Does the moon shine that night we play our play?
Calendar, look to the almanac. Find out the moonshine,
Yes, it doth shine that night.
Why, then may you leave a casement of the great chamber window where we play open, and the moon may shine in at the casement.
Aye, or else one must come in with a bush of thorns and a lantern, and say he comes to disfigure or to present the person of moonshine. Well, then there's another thing. We must have a wall in the great chamber, for Pyramus and Thisbe, says the story, did talk through the chink of a wall.
You never bring in a wall. What say you, Bottom?
Some man or other must present wall, and let him have some plaster or some loam, or some rough cast about him to signify wall. Or let him hold his finger thus, and through that cranny shall Pyramus and Thisbe whisper.
If that may be, then all is well. Sit down, every mother's son, and rehearse your parts. Pyramus, you begin. Spoken your speech, enter into the break, and so everyone according to his cue.
What hempen homespuns have we swaggering here? So near the cradle of the fairy queen. But a play toward? Well, I'll be an auditor, and an actor too, perhaps, if I see cause.
Speak, Pyramus. Thisbe, stand forth.
Oh, Thisbe, the flowers of odors, savors sweet.
Odors.
Odors, savors sweet, so hath thy breath, my dearest Thisbe dear. But hark, a voice, stay thou here but a while, and by I to thee will appear.
Exit Pyramus.
A stranger, Pyramus, than e'er played here.
Must I speak now?
Mary, must you, for you must understand he goes but to see a noise that he heard, and is to come again.
Most radiant Pyramus, most lily white of hue, of color like the red rose on triumphant briar, most brisky juvenile, and eke most lovely Jew, as truest horse, that yet would never tire. I'll meet thee, Pyramus, at Ninny's tomb.
Ninus tomb, man. Well, you must not speak that yet. That you answer to Pyramus. You speak all your part at once, cues and all. Pyramus, enter. Your cue is past. It is never tire.
Oh, as truest horse, that yet would never tire.
Pyramus?
If I were fair Thisbe, I would only thine.
Oh, monstrous, oh strange, we are haunted. Pray, masters, fly, masters, help.
I'll lead you round about the round, through bog, through bush, through brake, through briar. Sometimes a horse I'll be, sometimes a hound, a hog, a headless bear, sometimes a fire, and neigh and bark and grunt and roar and burn like a horse, hound, hog, bear, fire at every turn.
Exit. Enter Pyramus with the ass.
Why did they run away? This is the knavery of them to make me afraid.
Enter Snout.
Oh, bottom, what change?
Oh,
What
Lord,
do I
geez,
see
look
on
what's in thee.
What do you see? You're seeing ass hand of your own, do you?
Bless thee, bottom, bless thee, thou art translated.
I see their knavery. This is to make an ass of me. To fright me if they could, but I will not stir from this place. Do what they can. I will walk up and down here, and I will sing that they shall hear I am not afraid. The wolf so caught, so black of hue, with orange on his heel. The throstle in his not so true, the right and little quill. Oh, oh, oh. Oh.
Titania, where are you?
What angel wakes me from my flowery bed?
The finch, the sparrow, and the lark, the plaining cuckoo gray, will look for many a man doth mark, and dares not answer nay. For indeed, who would set his wit so foolish to the bird? Oh, who would give the bird a lie, though he cry cuckoo never so? Oh, oh.
Sing again. Mine ear is much enamored. I love thee. So is mine eye enthralled to thy shape, and thy virtue's force perforce doth move me.
Methinks, mistress, you should have little reason for that. Yet to say the truth, reason and love keep little company together nowadays. The more the pity that some honest neighbors will not make them friends. Nay, I can gleek upon occasion. Not so neither, but if I had wit enough to get out of this wood, I have enough to serve mine own turn.
Out of this wood, not desire to go. Thou shalt remain here. On my state, and I do love thee. Therefore, go with me. I'll give thee fairies to attend on thee, and they shall fetch thee jewels from the deep, and sing while thou on pressed flowers dost sleep. And I will purge thy mortal grossness so that thou shalt like an Aries spirit go.
Enter Peas Blossom, Cobweb, Moth, Mustard Seed from 4 Fairies.
Peas Blossom, Cobweb, Moth, Mustard. Any of you fairies there?
Quince, you need to unmute.
And I.
No,
Be kind and courteous to this gentleman. Hop in his walks and gambol in his eyes. Feed him with apricots and dewberries, with purple grapes, green figs, and mulberries. The honey bags steal from the humble bees, and for night tapers crop their waxen thighs and light them at the fiery glowworm's eyes, to have my love to bed, and to arise, and pluck the wings from painted butterflies, to fan the moonbeams from his sleeping eyes. Nod to him, elves, and do him courtesies.
Hail, mortal, hail!
Yeah.
Hail!
I cry your worships mercifully heartily. I beseech your worship's name.
Cobweb.
I shall desire you more acquaintance, good master Cobweb. If I cut my finger, I shall make bold with you. Your name, honest gentleman?
Ease Blossom.
I pray you to commend me to Mistress Squash, your mother, and to Master Peascod, your father, good Master Peas Blossom. I shall desire of you more acquaintance too. Your name, I beseech you, sir?
Mustard seed.
Peas Blossom.
Good Master Mustard Seed. I know your patience well. That same cowardly giant like Oxley have devoured many a gentleman of your house. I promise you, your kindred hath made my eyes water ere now. I desire you more acquaintance, good Master Mustard Seed.
Oh, come, wait upon him. Lead him to my bower. The moon, methinks, looks with a watery eye. And when she weeps, weeps every little flower, lamenting some enforced chastity. Tie up my lover's tongue, and bring him silently.
Enter. Do we want to continue on or take a break here or continue, Michael?
What do you guys want to do? I can't decide. Does anybody need a break?
Continue.
Let's continue.
All right. Enter King of Fairies, Solus.
I wonder if Titania be awakened, then what it was that next came into her eye, which she must dote on in extremity. Oh, here comes my messenger. How now, mad spirit? What might rule now about the gaunted grove?
Oh, my mistress with a monster is in love. While she was in her dull and sleeping hour, a crew of patches, rude mechanicals, that work for bread upon Athenian stalls, were met together to rehearse a play intended for a great Theseus nuptial day, and the shadow's thick skin of the barren sorts. Oh, Pyramus presented in their sport, forsook his scene and entered in a break. Then I did him at this advantage take, and asses null I fixed on his head. Anon his Thisbe must be answered, and forth my mimic comes, and when they him spy at wild geese that from creeping fowler eye or russet pated chops, many in sort rising and crawling at guns report, sever themselves and madly swept the sky. So at his sight away his fellows fly. And at our stamp here and o'er, one falls, and another cries, murder cries, and hell from Athens calls. Their sense weak, lost with their fears, thus strong, made senseless things begin to do them wrong. For briars and thorns at their appalls snatch some sleeves, some hats, and some yielders all things catch. I led them in this distracted fear, and left sweet Pyramus translated there. And in that moment so it came to pass, Titania waked, and straightway logged.
Oh, this falls out better than I could devise. But hast thou yet latched the Athenian's eyes with the love juice as I bid thee do?
Oh, I took him sleeping. That is finished too. And the Athenian woman by his side, that when he waked, of force she must be I.
Enter Demetrius and Hermia.
Stand close, this is the same Athenian.
Oh, this is a woman, but this not the man.
Oh, why rebuke you him that loves you so? lay breath so bitter on your bitter foe.
Now I but chide, but I should use thee worse, for thou, I fear, hast given me cause to curse, if thou hast slain Lysander in his sleep, being o'ershoes in blood, plunge in the deep and kill me too. The sun was not so true unto the day as he to me. Would he have stolen away from sleeping Hermia, he believe as soon this whole earth may be bored, and that the moon may through the center creep, and so displease her brother's noontide with the antipodes. It cannot be but thou hast murdered him. So should a murderer look, so dead, so grim.
Oh, so should the murderer look, and so should I, pierced through the heart with your stern cruelty. Yet you, the murderer, looks as bright, as clear as yonder Venus to her glimmering sphere.
What's this to my Lysander? Where is he? Oh, good Demetrius, wilt thou give him me?
I'd rather give his carcass to my hounds.
Out, dog, out, cur! Thou drewest me past the bounds of maiden's patience. Hast thou slain him then? Henceforth he never numbered among men. Oh, once tell true, even for my sake, dost thou looked upon his face, being awake, and hast thou killed him sleeping? Oh, brave touch! Could not a worm, an adder, do so much? An adder did it, for with doubler tongue than thine, thou serpent, never adder stung.
You spent your passion on a misprized mood. I am not guilty of Lysander's blood, nor is he dead for aught that I can tell.
I pray thee, tell me then that he is well.
And if I could, what should I get there for?
A privilege never to see me more. And from thy hated presence part I. See me no more, whether he be dead or no.
Exit.
There's no following her in this fierce vein. Here therefore for a while I will remain. So sorrow's heaviness doth heavier grow for debt that bankrupt slip to sorrow owe, which now in some slight measure it will pay. If for his tender here I make some stay.
Lie down.
Oh,
What hast thou done? Thou hast mistaken quite, and laid the love juice on some true love's sight. Of thy misprison must perforce ensue some true love turned, and not a false turn true.
Then fate o'errules that one man holding troth, a million fail, confounding oath on oath.
About the wood, go swifter than the wind, and Helena of Athens look thou find. All fancy sick she is, and pale of cheer, with sighs of love that cost of fresh blood dear. By some illusion see thou bring her here, I'll charm his eyes against she doth appear.
I go, look how I go, swifter than arrow from Tartar's bow.
Oh, flower of this purple dye, hit with Cupid's archery, sinking apple of his eye. When his love he doth espy, let her shine as gloriously as the Venus of the sky. When thou wakest, if she be by, beg of her for remedy.
Captain of our fairy band, Helena is here at hand, and the youth mistook by me, pleading for a lover's fee. Shall we this fond pageant see?
Lord, what fools these mortals be!
Oh, stand aside! The noise they make will cause Demetrius to awake.
The two at once woo one. That must needs be sports alone, and those things do best please me that befall preposterously.
Enter Lysander and Helena.
Why should you think I should woo and scorn? Scorn and derision never comes in tears. Look, when I vow I weep, and vows so born, in their nativity all truth appears. How can these things in me seem scorn to you? bearing the badge of faith to prove them true.
You do advance your cunning more and more, when truth kills truth. Oh, devilishly holy fray. These vows are Hermia's. Will you give her o'er? Weigh oath with oath, and you will nothing weigh. Your vows to her and me, put on 2 scales, will even weigh, and both as light as tails.
I had no judgment when to her I swore.
Nor none in my mind, now you give her o'er.
Demetrius loves her, and he loves not you.
Oh, Helen, goddess, nymph, perfect divine, to what, my love, shall I compare thine eye? Crystal is muddy, oh, how ripe and show thy lips, those kissing cherries tempting grow. That pure congealed white, high Taurus snow, fanned with the eastern wind, turns to a crow when thou holdst up thy hand. Oh, let me kiss this princess of pure white, this seal of bliss.
Oh, spite! Oh, hell! I see! You are all bent to set against me for your merriment. If you were civil and knew courtesy, you would not do me thus much injury. Can you not hate me, as I know you do, but you must join in souls to mock me too? If you are men, as men you are in show, you would not use a gentle lady so, to vow and swear and superpraise my parts, when I am sure you hate me with all your hearts. You both are rivals, and love Hermia, and now both rivals to mock Helena. A trim exploit, a manly enterprise, to conjure tears up in a poor maid's eyes with your derision. None of noble sort would so offend a virgin, and extort a poor soul's patience, all to make you sport.
You are unkind, Demetrius. Be not so, for you love Hermia. This you know, I know. And here with all goodwill, with all my heart, in Hermia's love I yield you up my part. And yours of Helena to me bequeath, whom I do love and will do to my death.
Never did mockers waste more idle breath.
Lysander, keep thy Hermia. I will none. If e'er I loved her, all that love is gone. My heart to her as guest-wise sojourned, and now to Helen. It is home returned, there to remain.
It is not so.
Disparage not the faith thou dost not know, lest to thy peril thou abided dear. Look where thy love comes. Yonder is thy dear.
Enter Hermia.
Dark night, that from the eye his function takes, the care more quick of apprehension makes, wherein it doth impair the seeing sense, it pays the hearing double recompense. Thou art not by mine eye, Lysander, found. Mine ear, I thank it, brought me to that sound. But why unkindly didst thou leave me so?
Why should he stay whom love doth press to go?
What love could press Lysander from my side?
Lysander's love that would not let him bide. Fair Helena, who more engilds the night than all yon fairy eyes and O's and eyes of light. Why seek'st thou me? Could not this make thee know the hate I bear thee made me leave thee so?
You speak not as you think, it cannot be.
Lo, she is one in this confederacy. Now I perceive they have conjoined all three to fashion this false sport in spite of me. Injurious Hermia, most ungrateful maid, have you conspired, have you with these contrived to bait me with this foul derision? Is all the counsel that we two have shared The sisters' vows, the hours we have spent, when we have chid the hasty-footed time for parting us? Oh, is all forgot? Old school days' friendship, childhood innocence? We, Hermia, like two artificial gods, have with our needles created both one flower, both on one sampler, sitting on one cushion, both warbling of one song, both in one key, as if our hands, our sides, voices, and minds had been incorporate, so we grew together, like a double cherry seeming parted, but yet a union in partition, two lovely berries molded on one stem, so with two seeming bodies but one heart, two of the first life coats in heraldry, due but to one in crown with one crest. And will you rent our ancient love asunder, to join with men in scorning your poor friend? It is not friendly, it is not maidenly. Our sex, as well as I, may chide you for it, though I alone do feel the injury.
I am amazed at your passionate words. I scorn you not. It seems that you scorn me.
Have you not set Lysander, as in scorn, to follow me and praise my eyes and face? And made your other love, Demetrius, who even but now did spurn me with his foot, to call me goddess, nymph, divine, and rare, precious, celestial? Wherefore speaks he thus to her he hates? And wherefore doth Lysander deny your love, so rich within his soul, and tender me, forsooth, affection, but by your setting on, by your consent? What, though I be not so in grace as you, so hung up with love, so fortunate, but miserable most to love unloved, this you should pity rather than despise.
I understand not what you mean by this.
I do persevere, counterfeit sad looks, make mouths upon me when I turn my back, wink at each other, hold the sweet jest up. This sport well carried shall be chronicled. If you have any pity, grace, or manners, you would not make me such an argument. But fare you well, 'tis partly mine own fault, which death or absence soon shall remedy.
Stay, gentle Helena, hear my excuse. My love, my life, my soul, fair Helena.
Oh, excellent.
Sweet, do not scorn her so.
We cannot entreat, I can compel.
Thou canst compel no more than she entreat. Thy threats have no more strength than her weak praise. Helen, I love thee, by my life I do. I swear by that which I will lose for thee, to prove him false that says I love thee not.
I say I love thee more than he can do.
If thou say so, withdraw and prove it too.
Quick, come.
Lysander, where to tends all of this?
Away, you Ethiop!
No, no, sir. Seem to break loose, take on as you would follow. But yet, come not. You are a tame man. Go.
Hang off, thou cat, thou burr, vile thing, let loose, or I will shake thee from me like a serpent.
Why are you grown so rude? What change is this, sweet love?
Thy love? Out, tawny Tartar, out! Out, loathed medicine, oh, hated poison, hence!
Do you not jest?
Yes, sooth, and so do you.
Demetrius, I will keep my word with thee.
I would I had your bond, for I perceive a weak bond holds you. I'll not trust your word.
What? Should I hurt her? Strike her? Kill her dead? Although I hate her, I'll not harm her so.
What can you do me greater harm than hate? Hate me, wherefore? Oh me, what news, my love? Am I not Hermia? Are you not Lysander? I am as fair now as I was erewhile. Since night you loved me, yet since night you left me. Why then you left me? Oh, the gods forbid, in earnest shall I say.
I, by my life, and never did desire to see thee more. Therefore be out of hope, of question, of doubt. Be certain nothing truer, 'tis no jest, that I do hate thee and love Helena.
Oh, me, you juggler, you canker blossom, you thief of love! What have you come by night and stolen my love's heart from him?
Fine, you faith! Have you no modesty, no maiden shame, no touch of bashfulness? What? Will you tear impatient answers from my gentle tongue? Fie, fie, you counterfeit, you puppet, you!
Puppet! Why so? That way goes the game. Now I perceive that she hath made compare between our statures. She hath urged her height, and with her personage, her tall personage, her height. Forsooth, she hath prevailed with him, and are you grown so high in his esteem, because I'm so dwarfish, and so low? How low am I, thou painted maypole? Speak! How low am I? I'm not yet so low, but that my nails can reach unto thine eyes!
I pray you, though you mock me, gentlemen, let her not hurt me. I was never crust. I have no gift at all in shrewishness. I am a right maid for my cowardice. Let her not strike me. You perhaps may think, because she is something lower than myself, that I can match her.
Lower! Hark again!
Good Hermia, be not so bitter with me. I evermore did love you, Hermia. Did ever keep your counsels, never wronged you, save that in love unto Demetrius I told him of your stealth unto this wood. He followed you, for love I followed him. But he hath chid me hence, and threatened me to strike me, spurn me, nay, to kill me too. Oh, and now, so will you let me quiet go. To Athens will I bear my folly back, and follow you no further. Let me go. You see how simple and how fond I am.
Why, get you gone. Who is it that hinders you?
A foolish heart that I leave here behind.
What, with Lysander?
With Demetrius!
Be not afraid, she shall not harm thee, Helena.
No, sir, she shall not, though you take her part.
Oh, when she's angry, she's keen and shrewd. She was a vixen when she went to school, and though she be but little, she is fierce.
Little again! Again little! Nothing but low! Why will you suffer her to flout me thus? Let me come to her!
Get you gone, you dwarf, you minimus of hindering not grass made, you weed, you eggcorn.
You are too officious in her behalf that scorns your services. Let her alone. Speak not of Helena. Take not her part. For if thou dost intend never so little show of love to her, thou shalt abide it.
Now she holds me not. Now follow if thou darest, to try whose right of thine or mine is most in Helena.
Follow? Nay, I'll go with thee cheek by jowl.
Exit Lysander and Demetrius.
You mistress, all this coil is long of you. Nay, go not back.
I will not trust you. I no longer stay in your cursed company. Your hands than mine are quicker for a fray. My legs are longer, though, to run away.
Enter Oberon and Puck.
Oh, this is thy negligence. Still thou mistake, or else committest thy knaveries willingly.
Believe me, King of Shadows, I mistook. Did you tell me that I should know the man by the Athenian garb he hath on? And so far blameless proves my enterprise that I have anointed an Athenian's eyes. Oh, and so far I glad to. So it did sort, as this their jungling it esteem must sport.
Thou seest these lovers seek a place to fight. Hide therefore, Robin, overcast the night. The stark welkin cover them anon with drooping fog as black as Acheron, and lead these testy rivals so astray as one come not within another's way. Like to Lysander sometime frame thy tongue, then stir Demetrius up with bitter wrong, and sometimes rail thou like Demetrius, and from each other look thou lead them thus, till o'er their brows death counterfeiting sleep, with leaden legs and battle wings dost creep, then crush the herb into Lysander's eye, whose liquor hath this virtuous property to take from thence all error with his might, and make his eyeballs roll with wonted sight. When they next wake, all this derision shall seem a dream and fruitless vision, and hack to Athens shall the lovers wend with league, whose date to death shall never end. Whilst I this affair do thee apply, I'll to my queen and beg her Indian boy, and then will her charmed eye release from monsters' view, and all things shall be peace.
My fairy lord, this must be done with haste, for swift night dragons cuts the clouds full fast, and yonder shines Aurora's harbinger, at whose approach ghosts wandering here and there troop home to churchyards, damned spirits all, and in crossways of floods have burial, already to their wormy beds are gone, for fear least they should look on their shames upon. They willfully themselves exile from light, and must for aye consort with black and browed night.
But we are spirits of another sort. I with the morning's love have oft made sport, and like a forester the groves may tread, even to the eastern gate all fiery red, opening on Neptune with fair blessed beams, turns into yellow gold his salt green streams. But notwithstanding haste, make no delay, we may effect this business yet ere day.
Up and down, up and down, I will lead them up and down. I am feared in field and town. Goblin, lead them up and down. Here comes one.
Enter Lysander.
Where art thou, proud Demetrius? Speak thou now.
Here, villain, drawn and ready. Where art thou?
I will be with thee straight.
Oh, follow me then, to plainer ground.
Enter Demetrius.
Lysander, speak again. Thou runaway, thou coward. Art thou fled? Speak in some bush. Where dost thou hide thy head?
Thou coward, art thou bragging to the stars, telling the bushes that thou look for wars, and will not come? Come, recreant, come, thou child, I'll whip thee with the rod. He is defiled that draws the sword on thee.
Yea, art thou there?
Follow my voice, I will try all manhood here.
Exit.
He goes before me and still dares me on. When I come where he calls, and he's gone. The villain is much lighter heeled than I. I followed fast, but faster he did fly. That fallen am I in dark, uneven way, and here will rest me. Oh, come thou gentle day.
Lie down.
For if but once thou show me thy gray light, I'll find Demetrius and revenge this spite.
Enter Robin and Demetrius.
Ho, 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 coward, why comes not thou?
Abide me if thou darest, fool. Will I what? Thou runst before me, shifting every place, and darest not stand nor look me in the face. Where art thou?
Come hither, I'm here.
And thou mockst me. Thou shalt buy this dear if ever thy face by daylight see. Now go thy way. Fate constraineth me to measure out my length on this cold bed by day's approach look to be visited.
Enter Helena.
Oh, weary night, O long and tedious night, abate thy hours, shine comfort from the east, that I may back to Athens by daylight, from these that my poor company detest, and sleep that sometimes shuts up sorrow's eye, steal me a while from mine own company.
Yet but three, come one more, two of both kinds makes up four. Oh, here she comes, cursed and sad. Hubert is a knavish lad.
Enter Hermia.
Thus to make poor females mad.
Never so weary, never so in woe. Bedabbled with the dew and torn with briars, I can no further crawl, no further go. My legs can keep no pace with my desires. Here will I rest me till the break of day. Heaven shield Lysander if they mean a fray.
On the ground, sleep sound, I'll apply to your eye. Gentle lover, remedy. When thou wakes, thou takes true delight in the sight of thy former lady's eye, and the country proverb known that every man should take his own in your waking shall be shown. Jack shall have Jill, naught shall go ill. The man shall have his mare again, and all shall be well.
They sleep all the act. Actus Quartus. Enter Queen of Fairies and Clown, and Fairies and the King behind them.
Go down. I'm coming. I'm coming, darling. Come, sit thee down upon this flowery bed, while I thy ambial cheeks do coy, and stick musk roses in thy sleek smooth head, and kiss thy fair large ears, my gentle joy.
Where's Peas Blossom?
Ready?
Ooh, scratch my head. Peas Blossom. Where's Monsieur Cobweb? Oh, Monsieur Cobweb? Good monsieur, get your weapons in your hand and kill me a red-hipped bumblebee on the top of a thistle. And good monsieur, bring me the honey bag. Do not fret yourself too much in the action, monsieur. And good monsieur, have a care till the honey bag break not. I would be loath to have you overflown with honey bags, senor. Where's Monsieur Mustard Seed?
Ready?
Ooh, give me your leave, Monsieur Mustard Seed. Pray you leave your courtesy, monsieur.
What's your will?
Nothing, good monsieur, but to help Cavalieri Cobweb to scratch. I must to the barber's, monsieur, for methinks I'm marvelous hairy about the face, and I am such a tender ass. If my hair do but tickle me, I must scratch.
What? Wilt thou hear some music, my sweet love?
I have a reasonable good ear in music. Let us have tongs in the bone.
Oh, say, sweet love, what thou desirest to eat?
Truly a peck of provender. Ooh, I could munch a dry oat. I have a great desire to a bottle of hay. Good hay, sweet hay, hath no felon.
I have a virtuous fairy that shall seek the squirrel's hoard and fetch thee new nuts.
I had rather have a handful or two of dried peas. But I pray you, let none of your people stir me. I have an exposition to sleep upon me.
Sleep thou, and I will wind thee in my arms. Fairies, be gone, and be always away. So doth the woodbine and the sweet honeysuckle gently entwist. The female ivy so enrings the barky fingers of the elm. Oh, how I love thee. How I dote on thee.
Enter Robin Goodfellow and Oberon.
Welcome, good Robin. Seest thou this sweet sight? Her Dottish now I do begin to pity, for meeting her of late behind the wood, seeking sweet savors for this hateful fool, I did upbraid her and fall out with her, for she his hairy temples then had rounded with coronet of fresh and fragrant flowers, and that same dew which sometime on the buds was wont to swell like round and oriental pearls, stood now within the pretty floret's eyes, like tears that did their own disgrace bewail, when I had at my pleasure taunted her, and she in mild terms begged my patience. I then did ask of her a changeling child, which straight she gave me, and her fairy sent to bear him to my bower in fairyland. And now I have the boy, I will undo this hateful imperfection of her eyes, and gentle Puck, take this transformed scalp from off the head of this Athenian swain, that he awaking when the others do, may all to Athens back again repair, and think no more of this night's accidents, but as the fierce vexation of a dream. But first I will release the fairy queen. Be thou as thou wast wont to be, see as thou wast wont to see. Dian's bud or Cupid's flower hath such force and blessed power. Now, my Titania, wake you, my sweet queen.
My Oberon, what visions have I seen? Methought I was enamored of an ass.
Oh, there lies your love.
Ah! Oh! How came these things to pass? Oh, mine eyes doth loathe this vision now.
Silent a while. Robin, take off his head. Titania, music call, and strike more dead. Then come and sleep. Of all these, find the sense.
Music, oh, music such as charmeth sleep.
Music.
When thou wakest, with thine own fool's eyes peep.
Ah, music, come, my queen, take hands with me and rock the ground whereon these sleepers be. Now thou and I knew in amity, and will tomorrow midnight solemnly dance in Duke Theseus' house triumphantly, and bless it all to fair posterity. There shall the pairs of faithful lovers be, wedded with Theseus, all and joylity.
Fairy king, attend and mark. I do hear the morning lark.
Then, my queen, in silence sad, trip we after the night shade. We the globe can compass soon, swifter than the wandering moon.
Come, my lord, and in our flight, tell me how it came this night that I, sleeping here, was found with these mortals on the ground.
Sleepers lie still, exeunt. Wind horns, enter Theseus, Aegeus, Hippolyta, and all his train.
Go, one of you, find out the forester, for now our observation is performed. And since we have the wayward of the day, my love shall hear the music of my hounds. Uncouple in the western valley, let them go. Dispatch, I say, and find the forester. We will, fair queen, up to the mountain's top, and mark the musical confusion of hounds and echo in conjunction.
I was with Hercules and Cadmus once, when in a wood of Crete they bayed the bear with hounds of Sparta. Oh, never did I hear such gallant chiding, for besides the groves, the skies, the fountains, every region near seemed all one mutual cry. I never heard so musical a discord, such sweet thunder.
My hounds are bred out of the Spartan kind, so flewed, so sanded, and their heads are hung with ears that sweep away the morning dew. Crook-kneed and ewe-lapped, like Thessalian bulls, slow in pursuit, but matched in mouth like bells. each under each a cry, more tunable was never hallowed, to nor cheered with home. In Crete, in Sparta, nor in Thessaly, judge when you hear. But soft, what nymphs are these?
My lord, this is my daughter here asleep. And this Lysander, this Demetrius is, this Helena, old Nader's Helena. I wonder of them being here together.
No doubt they rose up early to observe the rite of May, and hearing our intent, came here in grace of our solemnity. But speak, Aegeus, is not this the day that Hermia should be given answer of her choice?
It is, my lord.
Go, bid the huntsmen, wake them with their horns.
Horns, and they wake. Shout within, they all start up.
Good morrow, friends. St. Valentine is past. Begin these woodbirds but to couple now?
Pardon, my lord.
I pray you all stand up. I know you two are rival enemies. How comes this gentle concord in the world, that hatred is so far from jealousy, to sleep by hate and fear no enmity?
My lord, I shall reply amazedly, half sleep, half waking, but as yet, I swear, I cannot truly say how I came here. But as I think, for truly would I speak, and now I do bethink me, so it is. I came with Hermia hither. Our intent was to be gone from Athens, where we might be without the peril of the Athenian law.
Enough, enough, my lord, you have enough. I beg the law upon his head. They would have stolen away, they would, Demetrius, thereby to have defeated you and me. You of your wife, and me of my consent that she should be your wife.
Demetrius, you are muted, my lord.
Dear my lord, fair Helen told me of their stealth, of their purpose hither to this wood, and I in fury therefore followed them. Fair Helena in fancy followed me. But my good lord, I wot not by what power, but some power it is. My love to Hermia melted as the snow. Seems to me now as the remembrance of an idle god, which in my childhood I did dote upon. And all the faith, the virtue of my heart, the object and the pleasure of mine eye, is only Helena. To her, my lord, was I betrothed ere I saw Hermia, but like a sickness did I loathe this food. But as in health, come to my natural taste, now do I wish it, love it, long for it, and will forever be true to it.
Fair lovers, you are fortunately met of this discourse. We shall hear more anon. Aegeus, I will overbear your will, for in the temple, by and by with us, these couples shall eternally be knit. And for the morning now is something worn. Our purposed hunting shall be set aside. Away with us to Athens, 3 and 3. We'll hold a feast in great solemnity. Come, Hippolyta.
These things seem small and undistinguishable, like far-off mountains turned into clouds.
Methinks I see these things with parted eye when everything seems double.
So methinks. And I have found Demetrius like a jewel, mine own, and not mine own.
Seems to me that yet we sleep, we dream. Do not you think the Duke was here and bid us follow him?
Yea, and my father.
And Hippolyta.
And he bid us follow to the temple.
Why, then we are awake. Oh, let's follow him. And by the way, let us recount our dreams.
Bottom wakes. Exit lovers.
When my cue comes, call me and I will answer. My next cue is most fair Pyramus. Peter Quince? Boot the bellows mender. Now the tinker. Darling. God's my life. Stolen hence and left me asleep. I have had a most rare vision. I had a dream past the wit of man to say what the dream it was. Oh, man is but an ass if he go about to expound this dream. Methought I was. There's no man can tell me I what. Methought I was, and methought I had. But man is a patched fool if he will offer to say what methought I had. The eye of man hath not heard, the ear of man hath not seen, man's hand is not able to taste, his tongue to conceive, nor his hand to report what my dream was. I will get Peter Quince to write a ballet of this dream, it should be called Bottom's Dream, because it hath no bottom, and I will sing into the latter end of the play before the Duke. Peradventure, to make it the more gracious, I shall sing it at her death.
Exit. Enter Quince, Flute, Thisbe, Snout, and Starveling.
Have you sent to Bottom's house? Has he come yet?
He cannot be heard of. Out of doubt, he is transported.
Friend, if he come not, then the play is marred. It goes not forward, doth it?
Not possible. You've not a man in all Athens able to discharge Pyramus but he.
No, he hath simply the best wit of any handicraft man in Athens.
Yea, and the best person too, and he is a very paramour for a sweet voice.
You must say paragon. A paramour is, God bless us, a thing of naught.
Enter Snug the joiner.
Masters, the Duke is coming from the temple, and there's 2 or 3 lords and ladies more married. If our sport had gone forward, we had all been made men.
Oh, sweet bully Bottom, thus hath he lost 6 pence a day during his life. He could not have escaped 6 pence a day, and the Duke had not given him 6 pence a day for playing Pyramus, I'll be hanged. He would have deserved it. 6 pence a day in Pyramus or nothing.
Enter Bottom.
Where are these lads? Where are these cards?
Oh, Bottom, O most courageous day, O most happy hour.
Masters, I am to discourse wonders, but ask me not what, for if I tell you I am no true Athenian, I will tell you everything as it fell out. Ooh.
Let us hear, sweet Bottom.
Not a word from me. All that I will tell you is that the Duke hath dined. Get your apparel together, good strings to your beards, new ribbons to your pumps. Meet presently at the palace, every man look or his part. For the short and long is, our play is preferred. In any case, let Thisbe have clean linen, and that plays the lion pare his nails, they shall hang out of the lion's claws. And most dear actors, eat no onions nor garlic, for we are to utter sweet breath. And I do not doubt but to hear them say it is a sweet comedy. No more words. Away, go away.
Exit. Actus Quintus. Enter Theseus, Hippolyta, Aegeus, and his lords. 'Tis strange, my Theseus, that these lovers speak of.
More strange than true. I never may believe these antic fables, nor these fairy toys. Lovers and madmen have such seething brains, such shaping fantasies that apprehend more than cool reason ever comprehends. The lunatic, the lover, and the poet are of imagination all compact. One sees more devils than vast hell can hold. That is the madman, the lover, all as frantic, sees Helen's beauty in a brow of Egypt. The poet's eye, in a fine frenzy rolling, doth glance from heaven to earth, from earth to heaven. And as imagination bodies forth the forms of things, unknown the poet's pen turns them to shapes, and gives to air nothing, a local habitation, and a name. Such tricks hath strong imagination, that if it would but apprehend some joy, it comprehends some bringer of that joy, or in that night, imagining some fear, How easy it is. A bush supposed a bear.
And all the story of the night told over, and all their minds transfigured so together, more witnesseth than fancy's images, and grows to something of great constancy, but howsoever strange and admirable.
Here come the lovers, full of joy and mirth. Joy, gentle friends, joy and fresh days of love accompany your hearts.
Lysander? And her lovers, Lysander, Demetrius, Hermia, and Helena. And
Lysander, where are you?
I'm here.
Lysander's there. Theseus just said.
Oh, I didn't hear you say enter anybody. Okay, more than to us, wait in your royal walks, your board, your bed.
Come now, what masks, what dances shall we have? To wear away this long age of 3 hours between our after supper and bedtime. Where is our usual manager of mirth? What revels are in hand? Is there no play to ease the anguish of a torturing hour? Call Aegeus.
Here, mighty Theseus.
Say, what abridgment have you for this evening? What mask, what music? How shall we beguile the lazy time, if not with some delight?
There is a brief, how many sports are rife. Make choice of which your highness will see first.
The battle with the Centaurs to be sung by an Athenian eunuch to the harp.
We'll none of that. That have I told my love in glory of my kinsman Hercules.
The riot of the tipsy bacchanals, tearing the Thracian singer in the rage.
That is an old device, and it was played when I was from Thebes came but last a conqueror.
The thrice three muses, mourning for the death of learning, late deceased in beggary.
That is some satire, keen and critical, not sorting with nuptials ceremony.
A tedious, brief scene of young Pyramus and his love Thisbe, very tragical myth.
Merry and tragical, tedious and brief? That is hot ice and wondrous strange snow. How shall we find the concord of this discord?
A play there is, my lord, some 10 words long, which is as brief as I have known a play, but by 10 words, my lord, it is too long, which makes it tedious. For in all play there is not one word apt, one player fitted and tragical, my noble lord. It is. For Pyramus therein doth kill himself, which when I saw, I must confess, made my eyes water. One moment, my lord. But more merry tears the passion of loud laughter never shed.
What are they that do play it?
Hard-handed men that work in Athens here, which never labored in their minds till now, and now have they toiled in their unbreathed memories with the same play against your nuptial.
And we will hear it.
No, my noble lord, it is not for you. I have heard it over, and it is nothing in the world unless you can find sport in their intense, extremely stretched and conned with cruel pain to do you service.
I will hear that play, for never anything can be amiss when simpleness and duty tender it. Go, bring them in, and take your places, ladies.
I love not to see wretchedness or charge, and duty in his service perishing.
Why, gentle, sweet, you shall see no such thing.
He says they can do nothing in this kind.
The kind are we to give them thanks for nothing. Our sport shall be to take what they mistake, and what poor duty cannot do, noble respect takes it in might, not merit. For I have come. Great clerks have proposed to greet me with premeditated welcomes, where I have seen them shiver and look pale. make periods in the midst of sentences, throttle their practice, accent in their fears, and in conclusion, dumbly have broke off not paying me a welcome. Trust me, sweet, out of this silence yet, I picked a welcome, and in the modest of fearful duty I read as much as from the rattling tongue of saucy and audacious eloquence. Love, therefore, and tongue-tied simplicity in least, speak most to my new capacity.
So please your grace, the prologue is addressed.
Let him approach.
Flourish trumpets, enter the prologue. Quince.
If we offend, it is with our good will. That you should think we come not to offend, but with good will. To show our simple skill, that is the true beginning of our end. Consider then, we come but in despite. We do not come as minding to content you. Our true intent is all for your delight. We are not there, here. That you should here repent you. The actors are at hand, and by their show you shall know all that you are like to know.
This fellow did not stand upon points.
He hath rid his prologue like a rough colt. He knows not to stop. A good morrow, my lord. It is not enough to speak, but to speak true.
Indeed, he hath played on his prologue like a child on a recorder, a sound, but not in government.
His speech was like a tangled chain, nothing impaired, but all disordered. Who is next?
Toyer, with a trumpet before them, enter Pyramus and Thisbe, Wall, Moonshine, and Lion.
Gentles, perchance you wonder at this show, but wonder on, till truth make all things plain. This man is Pyramus, if you would know. This beauteous lady, Thisbe, is certain. This man with lime and rough cast doth present Wall, that vile Wall which did these lovers sunder, and through Wall's chink, poor souls, they are content to whisper, at the which let no man wonder. This man with lanthorn, dog, and bush of thorn presenteth moonshine. For if you will know, by moonshine did these lovers think no scorn to meet at Ninus' tomb, there to woo. This grisly beast, which Lion hight by name, the trusty Thisbe, coming first by night, did scare away, or rather did affright. And as she fled, her mantle she did fall, which Lion vile with bloody mouth did stain. Anon comes Pyramus, sweet youth and tall, and finds his Thisbe's mantle slain, whereat with bloody, blameful blade, he bravely broached his boiling, bloody breast. And Thisbe, tarrying in mulberry shade, his dagger drew and died. For all the rest, that Lion, Moonshine, Wall, and lovers twain at large discourse, while here they do remain.
Exit all but Wall.
I wonder if the Lion be to speak.
No wonder, my lord, one lion may, when many asses do.
Exit Lion, Thisbe, and Moonshine.
In this same interlude, it does the song that I, once now, present a wall. And such a wall as I would have you think, that had in it a crannied hole or chink, through which the lovers, Pyramus and Thisbe, did whisper often very secretly. This alone, this rough cast, and this stone doth show that I am that same wall. The truth is so. And this the cranny is, right and sinister, through which the fearful lovers are to whisper.
Would you desire Lime and Hair to speak better?
It is the wittiest partition than ever I heard discourse, my lord.
Pyramus draws near the wall. Silence!
Enter Pyramus.
O grim-looked night, O night, with hue so black, O night which ever art when day is not, O night, O night, alack, 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 I fear my Thisbe's promise is forgot, and thou, O Wall, Oh, sweet and lovely wall that stands between her father's ground and mine, thou wall, oh, sweet and lovely wall. Show me thy chink to blink through with mine eye. Thanks, courteous wall. Jove shield thee well for this. But what see I? No Thisbe do I see. O wicked wall, through whom I see no bliss. Cursed be thy stones for thus deceiving me.
The wall, methinks, being sensible, should curse again.
No, in truth, sir, you should not. Deceiving me is Thisbe's cue. She's to enter, and I'm to spy her through the wall. You should see it fall.
Enter Thisbe.
Pat, as I told you, yonder she comes.
Oh, wall, full often hast thou heard my moans for parting my fair Pyramus and me. My cherry lips have often kissed thy stones with lime and hair knit up in thee.
I see a voice. Now will I to the chink to spy, and I can hear my Thisbe's face. Thisbe.
My love. Thou art my love, I think.
Think what thou wilt. I am thy lover's grace, and like Lymander am I trusty still.
And I, like Helen, till the fates me kill.
Not Shaphalus to Procris was so true.
As Shaphalus to Procris, I to you.
Oh, kiss me through the hole of this vile wall.
I kiss the wall's hole, not your lips at all.
Wilt thou at Ninny's tomb meet me straightway?
Tide life, tide death, I come without delay.
Thus is I, wall, my part discharged so, and being done, thus wall away doth go.
Exit clown. A duke is that's also.
So is the mortal down between the two neighbors?
No, sorry.
No remedy, my lord, when walls are so willful to hear without warning.
This is the silliest stuff
The silliest stuff that e'er I heard.
Yeah.
The best in this kind are but shadows, and the worst are no worst if imagination amend them.
It must be your imagination then, and not theirs.
If we imagine no worse of them than they of themselves, they may have passed for excellent men. Here come two noble beasts, and a man and a lion.
Enter lion and moonshine.
You ladies, you who gentle hearts did fear. The smallest monstrous mouse that creeps on floor. May now perchance both quake and tremble here when lion rough in wildest rage doth roar. And now that I one snug the joiner am, lion fell, nor else no lion's dam. For if I should as lion come in strife into this place, 'twere pity of my life.
Very gentle beasts, have good conscience.
The very best of the beast, my lord, that e'er I saw.
This lion is a very fox for his valor.
True, and a goose for his discretion.
Not so, my lord, for his valor cannot carry his discretion, and the fox carries the goose.
His discretion, I'm sure, cannot carry his valor. The goose carries not the fox. It is well. Leave it to his discretion, and let us hearken to the moon.
This lantern doth the horned moon present.
He should have worn the horns on his head.
He is in no crescent, and his horns are invisible within the circumference.
This lantern doth the horned moon present. Myself, the man in the moon, doth seem to be.
This is the greatest. I'm sorry. Theseus, you have something to say?
The greatest area of all the rest.
Ah.
The man should be put into the lantern. How is it else the man the moon?
Ah.
He dares not come there for the candle, for you see, it is already in snuff.
I am weary of this moon. Would he would change.
It appears by his small light of discretion that he is in the wane. But yet in courtesy and all reason, we must stay the time.
Proceed, Moon.
All I have to say is to tell you that the lantern is the moon, I, the man in the moon, this thorn bush, my thorn bush, and this dog, my dog.
Oh, why all these should be in a lantern, for they are in the moon. Oh, but silence, here comes Thisbe.
Enter Thisbe. Thisbe?
This is old Ninny's tomb. Where is my love?
The lion roars. Thisbe runs off.
Well roared, lion.
Well
Run, Thisbe.
Well shown, moon. Truly the moon shines with a good grace. Well moused, lion.
And then came Pyramus.
And so the lion vanished.
Enter Pyramus.
Sweet moon, I thank thee for thy sunny beams. I thank thee, moon, for shining now so bright. For by thy gracious golden glittering beams I trust to taste the truest Thisbe's sight. But stay. Oh, spite! But mark, poor knight, what dreadful dole is here. Eyes do you see? How can it be? Oh, dainty duck, oh, dear, thy mantle good, but stained with blood. Approach, you furies, fellow fates. Come, come, cut threaded drum, quailed, crushed, and plued and quelled.
This passion and the death of a dear friend would go near to make a man look sad.
Beshrew my heart, but I pity the man.
Oh, wherefore, nature, didst thou lions brave? Such lion vile hath here devoured my dear, which is, no, which was the fairest dame that ever lived, that loved, that liked, that looked with cheer. Come, tears. Ah, confound. Outdoor and wound the path of Pyramus. I, that left path where hawks of hawk, thus die I, thus, I. Now am I dead. Now am I fled, my soul is in the sky. Tongue lose thy light, moon take thy flight. Now die.
Oh, no die, but an ace for him, for he's but one.
Less than an ace, man, for he is dead. He is nothing.
The help of a surgeon, he might yet recover and prove an ass.
How chance moonshine is gone before Thisbe comes back and finds her lover?
She will find him by starlight. Here she comes, and her passion ends the play.
Methinks she should not use a long one for such a Pyramus. I hope she will be brief.
A moth will turn the balance. Which Pyramus? Which Thisbe is the better?
She hath spied him already with those sweet eyes.
And thus she means illicit.
Asleep, my love. What, dead, my dove? Oh, Pyramus, arise. Speak, speak, quite dumb. Dead, dead, a tomb must cover thy sweet eyes. These lily brows, this cherry nose, these yellow cowslip cheeks are gone, are gone. Lovers make moan. His eyes were green as leeks. Oh, sisters three, come, come to me, with hands as pale as milk. Lay them in gauze, since you have shore with shears his thread of silk. Tongue, not a sword, not a word. Come, trusty sword, come, come, blade my breast imbrue. And farewell, friends. Thus Thisbe ends. Adieu, adieu, adieu.
Moonshine and Lion are left to bury the dead.
Aye, and Wool too.
No, I assure you, the wall is down. That part of their fathers. Will it please you to see the epilogue or to hear a burgomass dance between two of our company?
No, Epilogue, I pray you, for your play needs no excuse. Never excuse, for when the players are all dead, there need none be blamed. Marry, if he that writ had played Pyramus and hung himself in Thisbe's garter, it would have been a fine tragedy. And so it is truly, and very nobly discharged. But come, your burgomaster, let your epilogue alone. The iron tongue of midnight hath told 12. Lovers to bed, 'tis almost fairy time. I fear we shall outsleep the coming morn. As much as we this night have overwatched, this palpable gross play hath well beguiled the heavy gate of night. Sweet friends, to bed. A fortnight hold we this solemnity in nightly revels and new jollity.
Exeunt. Enter Puck.
Now the hungry lion roars, and the wolf beholds the moon, whilst the heavy plowman snores, all with weary task fordone. Now the wasted brands do glow, whilst the stritching owl, stritching loud, puts the wretch that lies in woe in remembrance of a shroud. Oh, now is the time of night, that the graves all gaping wide. Every one lets forth his sprites in the churchway paths to glide, and we fairies that do run by triple Hecate's team from the presence of the sun, following darkness like a dream, now our frolic. Not a mouse shall disturb this hallowed house. I am sent with broom before to sweep the dust behind the door.
Enter King and Queen of Fairies with their train.
Through the house give glimmering light by the dead drowsy fire. Every elf and fairy sprite hop as light as bird from briar. And this ditty after me sing and dance and tripling.
First, rehearse this song by rote. To each word, a warbling note. Hand in hand. Oh dear. Can you see me now? First, rehearse this song by rote. To each word, a warbling note. Hand in hand with fairies' grace. We will sing and bless this place.
Now and day until the break of day, through this house fairies pray. To the best high feet will we,
which will so blessed be. And the issue that creates ever shall be fortunate. So shall all the couples three, ever true in loving thee. And the blots of nature's hand shall not in their issue stand. Nevermore heaven nor star, nor rock prodigious such as are, despise and nativity shall upon their children.
Do consec.
Every fairy take his gate, and each several chamber bless. Through this palace with sweet peace, ever shall in safety rest. And the owner of it blessed, trip away,
make no stay. Leave me all by break of day.
If we shadows have offended, but think but this, and all is mended, that you have but slumbered here whilst these visions did appear, and this weak and idle theme no more yielding, but a dream. Gentles, do not reprehend. If you pardon, we will mend. And as I am an honest puck, if we have unearned luck, now to escape the serpent's tongue, we will make amends ere long, else the puck a liar call. So, good night unto you all. Give me your hands, if we be friends, and Robin shall restore amends.
Beanie!
Hey!
Thank you all. Thank you. Excellent job. Thanks.
Righty, Roo.
Yeah. Thank you. Thank you, Earl. Good.
Thanks.
Glad to have you. This is your first one, right? This is your first instant Shakespeare. So.
Yes.
Well, thank you so much for joining us. And we also.
You are wonderful. Thank you so much.
Oh, you're so sweet. Thank you. I think I'm going back to playing men.
I've got something
I
for
might
you. I
not.
need to speak to you about Prologue and Cressida next week because I've got one track left and I'd love you to do it.
Well, I hope it's male.
Yes. Yes. It's a very testosterone play.
Oh, cool.
Cool. Real quick before we skedaddle, me and Alex are working with another friend on Art by Yasmina Reza. We've been piecing it together for the past couple of weeks, and I've left my email. If you're interested, I'll send you the Zoom info, and we'd love to see you there. Yeah.
It's great. That sounds
You're
great.
very lucky. I wish I could be doing that play.
Let me ask you guys something. Do you all have light bulbs shining in your face? Because I have a bare light bulb now, and now I can see, but it's staring right at me.
Yeah. Well, Michael, I actually.
You're in good light, at least.
I know, but what do you guys do to get such good light? Because
my light is behind me.
See,
above.
I was told it's supposed to be in front of you.
Oh, see, look at what Theseus has. She has one of those little circular.
Although actually, I mean,
Oh,
Tori,
yeah.
we're pretty much in the dark a lot. I would have liked to have seen a little more of the light on you as well. I think that you and Michael both were somewhat more in the dark.
Yeah, I didn't expect. See how when I hold it in my hand?
Now I'm for Troilus and Cressida, I'm just going to keep this light off and have it stare at me because now I can see.
It's good light. You look good. You look.
Now it looks good.
Also, in case anybody.
Oh, that's better.